Hi everybody, Mahesh here. So in today's weekly stock analysis video, I decided to talk about iRobot. I will analyze this company, I will look at outlier data, I will look at some of the other data points, and by the end of this video, I will give you my viewpoint of how I see iRobot today, whether the stock is a good buy or not. Before I start that, I'll give you a little bit update on OVTLYR. Last couple of weeks were very busy for me. I was unable to make any videos, my usual weekly videos, because we were working on this huge update, which will be available around May 17th or 18th. That's when you will see ton of new update for OVTLYR. Things like we are adding this market fear and greed score that you will probably see somewhere around this section for all the stocks that we cover for S&P 500 for different sectors. You can literally see every day where that greed and fear score lies. Greed and fear score lies, yes. Second, we have made huge improvement to our algorithm. You'll probably see that as well. We have added breaking news. We are going to add breaking news for each stock so it can help you with your due diligence. We are adding a list of fundamental data points so that it can again help you with your due diligence. When you're looking at the stock, you can look at our heat maps, oscillator, find a good opportunity, also enhance that due diligence with some of these other data points. Some of the other users have suggested features like, hey, can I save some custom lists where I can track some stocks? I want to just look at those stocks which I like. So things like that, we are also adding those features. So all in all, it was a big development project, and I have been very busy in that. So hopefully going forward, I will try to make at least one video a week where I talk about a company, perform a due diligence, and give you my viewpoint on that stock. So let's get started with iRobot. Why I decided to choose this company? Nothing special. It came on our discount list. If you see, it's number 3rd. I'm a little bit familiar of the company because I almost bought Roomba, but I didn't. So let's start with the sector. So the sector it's in is discretionary. So before I start into the company itself, I'm gonna just look at how the sector is looking. After looking at our market snapshot, you see that it is more like it's toward its high point right now. If you look at the consumer discretionary sector itself, it's at that high point, and I come back and I look at our coverage of heat map and oscillator. If you see, it is at that point where I feel like overall sector is probably gonna see some correction, and if you know, it's like rising water lift all the boats, and if the sector is like going down, it impacts the price of the constituents as well. For iRobot, I definitely see it as at a good point where personally I would like to see how it goes in next coming days. I feel like it's at that right optimal buy point at this point of time. It has went down almost 15-20% in last few weeks, and I can go over the Q1 results, the number they have announced I guess few days ago, so I can go over that shortly. So if I look at the stock right now, the stock is trading around, so this is in last 5 days, it has went almost 12%, which is again, the way I look at it, if the company is strong, if the company has potential, if it is selling, making profit, It has it's one of those companies which has potential to grow in the long term. And if opportunities like these come, personally I would not ignore these kind of opportunities, because when market is fearful I should look for opportunities. And right now the way it looks like, it's in that red zone in our heat map and oscillator as well. And the oscillator is kind of at that point where it will probably flatten up and may start going up in coming weeks, maybe month. So this to me looks like a good interesting point to at least consider iRobot as a stock. So let's look at what other analysts are saying. So the consensus on the price target for this stock is somewhere around $133, which is like almost there's a 37% upside, which is great. At least the other analysts are kind of in line where the price of this company is headed in coming weeks, months, quarters. So which is a good news. So they recently announced their results. So I just looked at their filings. I just put together a quick dirty version of how it is looking. Q1 is definitely up. Q1 2021 is up from Q1 2020 significantly. The estimate was actually $264 million, and the revenue that they announced is close to $303 million, which is a great news. EPS expected was around 9 cents, and the actual was around 26 cents, which is again a great news. The company has very good cash reserves, so it is definitely a good news into my ears that the company is selling. They have a good product. Right now, if the price is down, that can mean that it can be a good opportunity to buy. But before even I say with high confidence, let's look at their website. I always like to at least see what products they have, and let me talk about a little bit about the product they offer, what kind of technology behind it, and which direction they may take. I may be completely off, but they started with vacuum, so which is great. Personally I don't like hardware business because the cost, the margins, the upkeep, everything is I don't like. I like more software kind of business. The good thing is they have a really good software. Like think about now, Roomba is in your home. They have mapped each and every corner of your home. The upside of that can be huge. I mean, they can literally offer many products, in a short span of time, which is a good thing. So they started with vacuums, then they started offering these mops, and then handheld vacuum. This is interesting. They have started venturing into the education sector, coding robots. So I believe these robots can help kids learn how to code, which is a good direction in my opinion, because you can start from there and literally go toward that gaming line of business. Let kids design these games. The company that recently went public, I forgot the name, Roblox or something. They are into that, and if they get a little bit success on this side, on the education side as well, along with they're already high performing, high selling robots, the vacuums, the cleaners, it can mean that they can do well in going from this point to the next level. So I feel personally confident about this company in the long term. and they have good cash reserves. They are doing well. They are selling it. Of course, I would love them to look at some of the other technologies as well. Right now they probably are using camera based, like their algos are collecting those images, videos, and they probably are running some deep learning algorithms. There's some other technology that's available, like LiDAR and some of the other, but I feel like the cost for that may be a little bit higher. That may be the reason they are not considering it. But all in all, I feel confident about this company, iRobot, and the price right now. It's at a good point. I'm not gonna say that if you're looking for short-term movement, or I'm looking for a week, I want to hold for a week, maybe a couple of weeks, then it may not be a good idea, because if you see, the sector overall may come down, and you may see these prices in this zone for next week, 2 weeks or more. But I feel confident about this company, holding this stock, buying this stock, and if you're planning to hold for a few months, I would personally feel confident about that. So yeah, that's kind of it from my side on iRobot. And as I mentioned, if you have not signed up for OVTLYR, please do so. It's free for whole 2021, and we are adding a huge update in a week and a half from now. So you will be able to use our data, which is, I think it's probably missing right now. Not a lot of people are using behavioral data, and the way we are using it, along with some of the other data points which you are already used to enhance your due diligence. So I'll see you guys next week. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or I can talk about any other stock that you're interested in. Thanks.